Hey guys, Grasscart here. Just showing you a bit of gold find with the legendary gem. Basically all you need is to have Torment 6, legendary gem, Boon of the Hoarder, and a Greater Rift key. I'm not really a witch doctor, but this is to highlight that you can have awful gear and still be able to do this. You can see the gear that I'm showing you, and the Rift trial stone. So what you need to do is go into the trial, click on it, accept it, go in, and then TP out. What you want is a level 1 on Torment 6. The reason why you want on Torment 6 is because your drop rate is still Torment 6. So you're going to get the gold find and the legendary drop. So you don't need to have good gear. As you can tell, that my gear is absolutely awful, and in fact it's not even all int gear, it's just rubbish gear that I had lying around. It's to highlight the fact that you don't really need good gear to do this. All you need is obviously the legendary gem. Now I deliberately did this rift or greater rift significantly longer, just because I don't want to upgrade the gem quite quickly, and plus I wanted to kill as many mobs. Unfortunately the mob density is quite awful, so I didn't get as much gold as anticipated, but hey, this is a great way if you're going to start seasons and trying to farm that gold. It's a bit of a cheesy way to do it because again you're doing a T6, but really it's a level 1 greater rift, which is not a T6 level, so it's not too bad. As you can see, all that gold over there. What you want to particularly look for is bunching the mobs and killing them in one go. As you can see, is try not to pick up the purple globes that actually make the timer go quicker on the greater rift. The reason being is you want to kill as many mobs as possible. In this video it does go long because it goes towards more the end of the timer. I utilize as much time as I can and kill as many mobs as I could kill in this rift, or greater rift if you want to be particular. But hey, it's all about getting that gold and farming that gold. I had over 13k gold find. It helps if you do have movement speed. Again, if you have better DPS, better gear, you can do this much more efficiently. But when seasons are coming out, everyone's going to be on the same level, same playing field, and you're not going to really have good gear and you might need gold, and this is kind of a way of actually getting that much gold. I have put a video up in finding goblins. The reason why you need goblins, if you're not sure, is that's how you get the legendary gem Boon of the Hoarder. The goblins have a chance of spawning a portal that takes you to the treasure realm, and there's a boss there. When you kill the boss you get the actual gem, so that's not too bad. The gems, the legendary gems, can only go on a ring, or one of the rings, and also an amulet, so be wary of that. You have to, if you don't have a ring that has a socket, you will need to re-roll it. There's not really anything else. Something that's just going to be more convenient is having like pickup radius, movement speed. But again, all this is kind of improving on that gold find build. I guess one class that really stands out the most is the barbarian. If you get the charge build, it's absolutely insane. You don't even need gold find, you just have the gem and you have the belt that actually gives you armor, which at the end of the video, it's one of the legendaries that actually drops from the Rift Guardian. So it's just a progression thing of being able to farm gold. Don't spend all of the seasons farming gold because you don't really need to, but there are going to be times at early stages where you probably need some gold, and this is a great way of actually doing it. Again, the video is to highlight that with really awful gear you can still get good gold, and again you would need to just have in this video a T6, so adventure mode will be unlocked in seasons. The legendary gem, the gold find one that you get from the Goblin Rift, the Goblin Portal, and also the greater rift key so that you can be doing level 1. It's not too hard. It was pretty fun to do. I didn't get as much gold as I expected, but I did have to wait for the timer to count down, so I'd rather just, progress it a bit slower and not have the fast gear. The good thing is when you start going into greater rifts, you probably do want to do the rifts, one level at a time, so you do have to sometimes wait for the timer to count down. There is benefits because you get more legendary drops from the Rift Guardian. Also, you get the gems, the legendary gems. So if you start fast pacing it whilst you're playing seasons, you're going to miss those opportunities of getting those legendary gems. There's about 14 of them in total. I believe that's also including the legendary gem Boon of the Hoarder. And you don't want to be going from level 1 to level 10 and you don't have any legendary gems, because if you can't upgrade the gems to level 25 or rank 25, you're just missing that opportunity. So season's a great incentive of doing these kind of things in regards to getting gold and progressing a little bit more efficiently whilst grinding. Obviously Diablo 3, there's a lot of grinding and being patient for that good gear. I'm not a witch doctor, I'm more of a barbarian, and I'm moving towards a demon hunter. Obviously, Diablo 3 has been out for a few years, and Reaper of Souls is obviously the expansion. You get a bit kind of bored of the normal class that you're playing, so I'm going to try a demon hunter this season and just give it a go. Again, demon hunter's got really good movement with Vault, and a bit of you can use smoke screen and so on like that. So with a witch doctor, obviously I find a witch doctor pretty good with gold find. If you get that legendary offhand that looks like a frog, it gives you pickup radius, which is absolutely convenient, especially in a situation where pickup radius can help in like this, rather than running back and forward for picking up a bit of gold. So again, the statuses or that you might look as additions is movement speed. So if you can level up the gem to rank 25, you do get the movement speed. A spirit walker is a great way of being able to move around. It's good movement speed. If you have paragon points, put movement speed in your paragon points, so you're getting the max 25 movement speed. Again, it's all about being able to do this quite quick. I think Diablo, the efficiency is all about being able to process as quickly as possible and doing it as much. The only thing is, guys, don't forget, saying that is, you don't want to be doing the Rift too quickly. You want to actually finish it with maybe 3 minutes or 2 minutes left so that you can get level 2 and do the same thing. This is in the consideration that you are under gear and you're just trying to get some gold. If you're quite geared, you can still do it by putting T6. It's just absolutely insane that you get the same drop rates. That's that's a good thing. I always love using things like that, especially just a progress thing with seasons. It's going to really help immensely. These gold, look at that, it's just absolutely insane. As you can see, I try to do my best in avoiding to pick up the purple globes that give you a boost to your timer, because I don't want the timer to go too fast. In this particular greater rift, I actually end up going to the end of the rift, so I've probably killed as much mobs as I can. The biggest thing I had was that the mob density was not as clustered as I would hope. But then again, I think that's partly because it was a level 1 difficulty and it's probably a little bit more simplistic for people to progress, so that there is not all those mobs that are going to potentially kill yourself. It's pretty safe. I'm pretty sure that even hardcore players could do this. Definitely softcore. I don't think it's an issue, and you can use any class. Obviously, Crusader's got the steed charge, with that horse and Also, you know, as I mentioned, Demon Hunter's got Vault, Barbarian's got Charge, or even what's that? The Marathon, the one that makes you run. What else other classes? I've probably missed an actual class or two. Witch Doctor's obviously got Spirit Walker, which allows you to move much quicker and through objects, which is also a convenient. And the Wizard's got Teleport. So you can use those things for movement to be able to... Again, you don't really need to get gold find gear. You can just use your normal gear. Just make sure that you have a socket on one of your rings or your amulets. Look at that. Just make it rain. Look at it. We just love that. Pick it all up. Just keep on going. You know, no effort at all. If you get the Gob Rift or the Treasure Realm, you can get something like 50 million to 100 million gold. Again, if you're going to be doing that, you have to be wary of the Rift difficulty. It's not Rift difficulty. The Torment difficulty. So if you can't kill the boss on T6, then there's no point of looking for a gob at T6. So be wary of that. That's why this system's pretty good, because you're doing technically a T6 reward system, but you're doing a level 1 Rift difficulty, which is pretty good because you're getting that drop rate. So that's awesome. Probably coming towards more of the end. I noticed killing elites, they don't really drop too much gold or gold at all. So I'm killing like the trash mobs much more. So I found that more effective, is killing a clutter of trash mobs. As you can see, I am using piranhas, and piranhas is pulling the trash in. Oh, gotta love, I just got walled, and look at this, walled jailer, and you just can't move anywhere. But again, even with all those, I was nowhere in a point where I felt that I was going to die, even with my crappy gear. Probably something I didn't mention earlier on is that the follower also gives you stats. It was displayed in the video that the follower will, if you equip weapons or amulets and so on with gold find, you will get a percentage. So put that also on the follower. Choose whichever follower you like. I picked the Enchantress just because she does that bird move or whatever it is, chicken move. So it makes the mobs change so that they don't they're not in my way, and I can clutter them up and so on. What I found with Skeleton King, even though the trash mobs that he spawned, I didn't find gold was dropping, if I was correct. So yeah, just kill him as quickly as possible. As you can see, I left enough time, and I believe that my Rift Key, when I upgraded it, became level 2, and that's exactly what I wanted. So see how it became a level 2, that's exactly what I wanted, and I got some legendaries out of it, and some gems and crafting materials, and that all adds up, because that's exactly what you'll be using it for when you're doing crafting and stuff like that. And as you can see, I also got a legendary gem out of it too. So give it a go, guys. Have fun with it. I'll see you on Seasons. Like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Again, the quality can just only get better. I do apologize. I did rush this before Seasons. So thanks, guys, and have a good time with Seasons. Bye.